Here's another good energizing flow to get your whole body moving, to get it stretched out. Should feel really good any time of day. So we'll start in extended child's pose, knees apart, big toes touching, arms extended overhead. Just start to connect to your breathing. Deepen your inhale, lengthen your exhale. Setting aside your to-do list. Just allowing yourself to focus. And then inhale to come up to tabletop pose. Moving into cat-cow, let your belly drop, lift your gaze, inhale. Exhale, press the mat away, chin towards your chest. Inhale, coming back to cow, let your belly drop, lift your tailbone and your gaze. Exhale to cat, round through your back, chin towards your chest. Good, come back to neutral spine, shift your hips to the left, look over your left shoulder towards your left hip, and then to the right. Looking over your right shoulder, back to the left, back to the right, and then come back to neutral spine. Walk your hands forward, just about a handprint, tuck your toes, lift your hips. Downward facing dog, pedal out your feet, bending one knee and then the other. Finding some movement. Press your chest towards your thighs and then come way up on your tippy toes. Inhale. Exhale as you press your heels towards the mat. Lift your hips up, bend your knees, look forward, jump, step, or just walk. Find a fold at the top of the mat. Let the crown of your head hang heavy, and then inhale, find a halfway lift, long flat back. Draw your shoulder blades together. Exhale to fold, and then bend your knees a lot and just roll it up one vertebra at a time. Keep the hands going. Lift your hands over your head. Inhale. Exhale, hands through your heart center to find mountain pose. Inhale, sweep it up. Exhale, swan dive forward, find forward fold. Inhale for your halfway lift. Exhale, step it back to plank. Drop to your knees and then keep your elbows tucked in as you move chin and chest to the mat and then your whole body to the mat. Inhale, find a baby cobra. Maybe even lift your hands up off the mat using your back muscles, pressing your hips down. And then inhale up through table. Exhale to child's pose, just a quick one this time. And then inhale as you come back up to table, tuck your toes, lift your hips. Downward facing dog. Good. We're going to move through that a few times. Bend your knees, look forward, jump, step, or walk to your fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale to fold. And then root to rise. Press into your feet, sweep your hands all the way over your head, palms touch. And then exhale, mountain pose. Here we go again. Inhale, sweep it up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale for halfway. Exhale to plank. Come down to your knees first. Elbows stay tucked in as you lower just chin and chest. Keep the hips lifted. And then lower your whole body. Inhale to find your cobra, baby cobra, or it could be a bigger cobra this time if you like. Maybe even up dog, knees off the mat. And then exhale, find downward facing dog. Take a few breaths here. Maybe pedal out your feet again or gently sway side to side. Just finding whatever movement feels good. And then bend your knees as you look forward. Come to your forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale to fold. Root to rise. Sweep it up. Inhale. Exhale, hands through your heart, mountain pose. Good. One more time. Inhale, sweep it up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Halfway lift, big breath in. And then exhale, step it back to plank. This time on or off your knees. Keep your elbows tucked into your rib cage as you lower into chaturanga. Inhaling, find your cobra or maybe that upward facing dog. And then exhale to downward facing dog. Nice. And from here, bend your knees, look forward, jump, step, or walk to your fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Then inhale, root to rise, sweep it up. Exhale, find your mountain pose. Good. Now step your feet together, big toes touching, outsides of the feet are parallel. Sweep your hands over your head, interlace your fingers all but your pointer, And exhale as you lean to the left. Shift your hips slightly to the right. Feel that length through your side. Inhale, come through center, lengthen. Exhale, lean to the right. Keep that left shoulder pulled back, staying open through your heart. No contest to see who can go the furthest. Inhale, come back through center. Exhale, cactus your arms, press your elbows back as you keep it going all the way down. And then jump or step your feet a little bit wider than hip width distance. Bring your hands to your lower back as you press your hands down and forward, lifting through your heart. Little mini back bend. Maybe a bigger back bend if you want to keep lifting up and back. Inhale as you lift yourself up. And then exhale, put a good bend in your knees, forward fold. Nice. Halfway lift on your inhale. Exhale, step your right foot way back to the back of the mat. Bring your back knee down. You can pat it up with a blanket if you want. And then arms come over your head. Press your right hip forward, left hip crease back. Stay open, lifted through your heart. Grab onto your right wrist as you pull it to the left. Good stretch through the side. Inhale back through center. And then exhale, straighten your front leg. Point the toes up. You can bring your hands to your hips as you hinge and come forward. Maybe they come all the way to the mat. Or if you have yoga blocks or any kind of prop, you can bring them to either side of the foot and bring your hands to that. Just breathing into the back of the leg. Point the toe forward and then point the toe up, just feeling that different stretch. Now bend into the front knee and jump your back foot forward a little bit. So now you're in a single leg forward fold. Again, send that left hip crease back, right hip crease forward. Let the crown of your head hang heavy. Keep breathing. Inhale, look up like you're trying to get a flat back. Walk your hands forward and pick up your back leg. Almost like you're trying to press the foot against the back wall, sending your right hip down. And maybe find your drishti, find something to look at that you can keep your gaze on, a focus point, and bring your hands to your heart center. Warrior 3. Of course, hands can stay down too. That's a good practice as well. Wherever you are, just breathing. And then with control, make your way back to downward facing dog. Tuck your chin, roll yourself out. Big long wave, come to plank, top of a push-up. And then exhale back to down dog. Bend your knees, look forward, jump, step, or walk to your fold. Halfway lift on your inhale. Exhale to fold and step your left foot back. Bring that back knee down. Inhale as you lift your chest, lift your arms, send that left hip crease forward, right hip crease back. Good, then grab onto the left wrist, pull it towards the right. Feel that big stretch through your side. Inhale, come through center, little mini back bend. And then exhale, straighten your front leg. Point the toes up. Hands can come to either side of the foot. They can stay on your hips. Or maybe bring them to some kind of prop, your blocks, some books. Breathe into the back of the leg. Then point your toes forward. Feel that stretch through the top of the ankle. And then point your toes up. Now step on the front foot. Jump your back foot forward a little bit. Single leg forward fold. Both legs are straight. Crown of your head hangs heavy. There's just a micro bend in your knees so you're not locking out your knees. And you're still breathing. And then inhale as you look up. Crawl your hands forward. Pick up the back leg for your supported warrior 3. Point the toes down like you're trying to press that foot against the back wall. Maybe finding your balance. Finding a focal point. Bringing your hands to your heart center. Keep breathing. This is not a problem. And then with control, when you're ready, make your way back. Downward facing dog. Just like we did before, tuck your chin, roll yourself out. Big long wave, inhale as you come to plank. This time we'll move into side plank. So you can bring that right knee down if you'd like to modify. Otherwise, stack left foot on top of right as you open up through your left arm. And then bring your arm forward and come back to plank. Let's do the other side. So either bring the left knee down or stack right foot on top of left as you open your right arm up. Big breath in and then bring the arm overhead and around to plank. Shift your hips back, downward facing dog. Bend your knees all the way to the mat this time. Shift your hips back, child's pose, releasing through your lower back, maybe a little through your upper back, and then roll it up, walking your hands back towards your knees. And then walk your hands behind you, fingertips point towards your feet. Press in your hands as you lift your hips up, maybe looking behind you if it feels safe on your neck. Big stretch through the hip flexors, and then sit it back down. Shift your hips to one side as you sweep your legs in front of you. Scooch to the center of the mat and roll all the way down on the mat. Draw your knees into your chest. You can be still here or gently rock side to side, feeling the pressure of the mat on your lower back. And then bring your feet to the mat about hip width distance apart, maybe a little wider. Press into your feet as you lift your hips up towards the ceiling. Your hands can either just grab the sides of the mat as you walk your shoulders underneath you, or you can interlace your hands behind your lower back if that feels okay. Lift your hips. Maybe inhale, lift a little higher. And then on your next exhale, release your hands with control. Roll it down. Bring the soles of your feet together. Let your knees flop open. One hand to heart, one hand to belly. Just take a few breaths. Maybe even taking a moment for gratitude. Think of something you can be really grateful for today. And then get ready for another bridge pose. Walk your feet up close to your body, about hip width distance. Lift your hips. You can interlace your hands again. Grab the sides of your mat. Maybe grab at your ankles. Keep your knees about hip width distance apart. Make sure they don't splay out too much. Press the back of your head gently into the mat. Inhale, lift a little higher. Then on your exhale, with control, roll it down. Soles of your feet together, knees flop open. One hand to belly, one hand to heart. Maybe taking another moment for gratitude. Taking a few good deep breaths. Then we'll get ready for another bridge. So walk your hands close. You can do a bridge again, or if you'd like to practice wheel, bring your hands up close to your ears, fingertips point towards heels. If you're just practicing, you can lift yourself to your head and stay there. That's a really good practice. Or maybe you keep pressing into your hands and lift a little higher. Press into your feet. Try to straighten your arms. And when you're ready, tuck your chin as you slowly lower down to the mat. This time, draw your knees in towards your chest. Relaxing, releasing, maybe moving your knees in circle one way and then the other way. Just releasing through your lower back, feeling yourself roll out those circles on your lower back. Your knees into your chest and move into happy baby from here. So your hands come between your knees, and then if you can, grab the outsides of your feet. But you also can yogi toe grip your big toe, a second and third finger, or even just grab at your shins or your thighs. And then pull your knees back into your chest. Place your left foot on the floor, cross the right leg over the left. Move your hips to the right slightly as you let your knees fall to the left. Right arm opens to a T. Left hand can hook onto that right thigh. You might look over your right shoulder if it feels okay in your neck, or maybe it feels better just to look up at the ceiling. Using your breath to release tension, creating space on every inhale, softening with every exhale. And then inhale, come through center, through the other side, cross left over right, hips move to the left slightly as knees fall to the right. Left arm opens to a T, grabbing onto that left thigh with the right hand. Using your breath to soften. And come back to center. Draw your knees into your chest. Lift your head and chest up towards your knees, curling into a tiny ball. And then rock and roll up to sit. Find your Sukhasana, cross-legged pose, sitting up nice and tall. Take a few breaths here. Bring your hands to your heart center. Big breath in through your nose. Sigh out through your mouth. And have a beautiful day.